Welcome back to Showbiz Tonight. It is 30 minutes past the hour. I'm AJ Hammer in New York, and we've got big news breaking tonight. We have hope for Heidi and Seal. Of course, they shocked the world this week with their sudden announcement that they're separating after 7 years of marriage. And then today, another shocker, an intimate new interview with CNN's Piers Morgan. It airs on Friday, and in this thing, Seal seems to be doing a very public serenade to Heidi Klum. Let's stay together. Seal's raw and honest interview nearly borders on TMI. But does his heartfelt public admission make you root for a reunion, or should Seal perhaps just zip it? With me now in New York, Wendy Walsh, who's a co-host on The Doctors, and TV host Megan Meany. Great to have you both here. So there are these brand new pictures today of Heidi wearing her wedding ring, and Seal also wearing his wedding ring during his interview with Piers Morgan. And Seal passionately explained why he still has it on.
My love for her has not waned one iota. I love her with all my heart. How can you not love somebody?
This is making me even sadder.
Well, how can you not love somebody that you have just spent 8 years with? You don't, from one day to the next, you say, "Oh, I hate you," and take off your wedding ring. I tell you what this means to me and what it stands for. It stands for respect, it stands for loyalty, it stands for incredible memories.
Yeah, see, I'm seeing this, and I'm actually getting a little confused, and it makes me feel kind of sad. Wendy, what do you think Heidi is feeling right about now? Because they just announced their split. That was a big decision for them, and now you have Seal making all of these proclamations. Do you think she's thinking, oh, maybe we should get back together, or maybe Seal cut it out?
Well, if she's the one who made the decision to leave, which is most common in our culture these days, then this is a guilt trip to bring her back. Yeah. And, of course, this is what we all want to see. Of course, there are 3 children here, right. And this would be the best outcome. But also keep in mind that just like he said, when you've been with someone 8 years, you don't just cut it off in one moment. The breakup is its own phase of a relationship that can go on for a year or 2.
Sure. And you say it would be the best outcome if they got back together. We don't really know that, though. I mean, it's nice for us to say that. For the children, it certainly would be. For the children's sake, but not necessarily, again, because we don't know the full story. Right. I'm at least not always of the belief that the parents should stay together if it's a bad and, you know, ugly situation at home. And Seal may still love Heidi with all of his heart, but in his new interview with Piers, he also didn't try to sugarcoat their problems, which I thought was good. Watch what Seal told Piers.
I'm not going to sit here and BS you and tell you we haven't had problems. Of course we've had problems, otherwise why are we splitting up? Whether we get back together or not, it may happen. I can't speak for her.
Would you like it to?
Would I like it to? I don't know. I don't know at this point, to be honest, Piers. I think, you know, again, you know, if it were that easy, if there weren't problems, we would still be together. That is the reality.
That is the reality. There you have it from Seal. So he doesn't know whether or not they'll actually get back together. But I can tell you a lot of people do want them to. Let me get to this. We just got the results of our Showbiz Tonight exclusive poll. The people have spoken here. We asked Heidi Klum and Seal, announced split. Should they get back together? 60%, the majority. Yes. 40%, no. Megan, what do you think? Vote.
My vote would be get back together if you guys are soulmates. I'm sick of Hollywood celebrities trashing their vows. I mean, I don't think the couples should stay together, like you said, if it's not healthy, if the kids are experiencing something in the household that's negative and is going to have a long-term impact. But then again, I sort of roll my eyes when I hear him say, you know, I love her, I don't love her any less, not one iota. Well, really? Well, why couldn't you work it out? I think these people are just, everybody's giving up in Hollywood. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, they're certainly throwing away good enough relationships. And, you know, I do actually want to go against one thing that you said, that relationships, the research is very clear that even if parents don't love each other, even if they fight, the household is still better and the kids survive better if they're both parents are there, as long as there isn't substance abuse and domestic violence. Those are the big ones.
There's rumors he's got a volcanic temper. That would be bad.
Yeah. Well, and look, I do understand that, and I know that there's science to back that up. I've seen that as well, but it always seemed to me, just from living life, if people really hate each other, which that doesn't seem the case here, that maybe it is best for everybody.
Problems. You can work out problems.
Well, we must move now from hope for a Hollywood reunion to wedding bells for Brangelina? Well, for the very first time, really in the most clear terms ever, Brad Pitt's saying he probably won't be able to hold out on marrying Angelina Jolie for much longer. Now, you probably remember Brad vowed never to marry until everyone could do so legally, no matter their sexual preference. But now there are 6 very pushy people influencing his decision. They, of course, being his kids. Brad just gave a brand new interview to The Hollywood Reporter. Here's what he's saying. We'd actually like to get married, and it seems to mean more and more to our kids. We made this declaration some time ago that we weren't going to do it till everyone can, but I don't think we'll be able to hold out. It means so much to my kids, and it means something to me, too, to make that kind of commitment. And he still says that it is very important to him that laws are passed so everybody can get married. But Wendy, wow, this is a huge about face for Brad. Are you surprised?
I'm not really surprised, because this is sort of the social pressure he's feeling. But the truth is, this is one of my favorite Hollywood couples. They seem to, on the surface, be displaying really healthy family values here. So it really doesn't matter if they get married or not, because they're living the commitment.
Oh, I need them to get married, because I have to see the photos.
All right, well, because here's the thing.
I'm going to see Shiloh in a tux.
Well, that would be fascinating. Here's the thing. They've been together for 7 years. You have Ashton Kutcher. Ashton Kutcher. They've been together for 7 years. You have Demi. I'm going to do it again. They've been together for 7 years. Heidi and Seal were together for 7 years, and now they're separating. So there is that sort of mentality a lot of people have: if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, and we got to root for somebody in Hollywood, right? Yeah. So if Brad and Angie want to go old school, I love it. I mean, I got to see Pax in the fatigues with the bag of Doritos walking down the aisle. These two, you know, had their sort of dark past. Brad talks about being bored in his first marriage and smoking a lot, and she certainly is a little bit of a dark horse. They found their soulmates, they're saying. I'm buying into this one. I want to see the photo spread.
I think we all do. You allude to another bombshell that came out of this interview. I have to get to this. It's an admission about being a stoner while he was becoming one of the biggest stars on the planet. This was, of course, back in the 1990s. Brad says the more famous he got, the more he wanted to be high. He said, I was smoking way too much dope. I was sitting on a couch and just turning into a donut. And I really got irritated with myself. I was doing the same thing every night, numbing myself to sleep, the same routine, couldn't wait to get home and hide out. And he now says that he has obviously turned himself around. But what do you think of that confession? Pretty raw and honest there.
Pretty honest. Another thing I like about these people, he's not surprised that his marriage ended because of this. As I said, substance abuse is a big one. But remember, when you get famous, sometimes it's really hard to emotionally tolerate, because you don't, on some level, feel you deserve it. Because truthfully, they are really coddled and taken care of. And what did he do? He acted in a movie.
And let's flash back to what was going on then. He was dating Gwyneth Paltrow.
Right.
I'll never forget her talking about him at the Oscars.
Right.
And then, of course, he married Jennifer Aniston, yet he wanted to go home and get high.
Yeah. It seems like the guy's got it all, right?
Right, I guess so. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much, Megan Meany, Wendy Walsh. Good to see you both.